My name is Liliana.
My name is Adele.
My name is Elizabeth.
And our topic is on
The 1917 Russian Revolution.
Yay! Hi there. I'm going to be talking about the February March Revolution of 1917. It was one of the first revolutions in Russia, from Petrograd to the Russia capital. Riots and strikes were due to the lack of food in Petersburg, and also women and workers striked. Russian involvement in World War I was one of the greatest causes of this revolution. Okay, so the International Women's Day of 1917 was first viewed on March 2nd of it was a strike demanding bread to the end to the war. On March 8, 1917, women workers organized another mass demonstration, believed it was the start of the revolution. And International Women's Day became a holiday after the formal collapse of the Soviet Union. The Duma. So Duma constituted lower class of Russian. There was four different Dumas. Okay, Parliament and State Council was the upper house. Initiated as a result of the 1905 revolution. By the February-March Revolution, it established a provisional committee of Duma, formed a provisional government, and accepted abdication of the Tsar Nicholas II. It elected legislative body and state council, constituted imperial Russian legislature from 1906 until the dissolution of the March 1917 revolution. Last but not least, the army had a shortage of supplies and weapons. They suffered 120,000 casualties to Germany's 20,000, and proved Russia was not a military match for nations of Central and Eastern Europe.
The October Revolution was basically a communist revolution. Marxism was really a big important idea for this revolution and started Marxist-Leninism. So the provisional government also had a big role in starting the revolution because they committed a big mistake, which was not letting the Russians out of World War I, which made many very mad because they were already losing the war, losing lots of money, their economy was getting worse. So then the Bolsheviks, which were a radical group and a small minority, rose up in the interests of the workers. They rose up, wanted to do whatever they wanted, but they wouldn't work out with the provisional government at all. This revolution was also a bloodless revolution because it was very well coordinated and planned out that not much fighting was needed. The Bolsheviks led a coup against the provisional government in which the Bolsheviks and allies occupied the government buildings and locations of Petrograd. For example, they surrounded the Winter Palace in which the current cabinet members were at. Both sides exchanged bullets for a while, but it didn't last long because they surrendered to the Bolshevik army. Then the Red Guard, or Bolshevik army, arrested the cabinet members, and the next day the provisional government was dismantled and a new government was set up in which Lenin was the head. So then a communist state was set up to control the newly created USSR.
Oh, I didn't see that. So, in this segment, we'll be talking about the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. So, what was it? It was a treaty signed between the new Bolshevik government of Soviet Russia and the Central Powers. It ended Russia's participation in World War I. It was signed in the city of Brest-Litovsk, thus giving it the name. Some important dates for this was it took place March 3rd, 1918, during the First World War. It was signed in the city of Brest-Litovsk, and it was signed because German and Austrian forces threatened to attack Russia if they didn't sign it. So, some negative outcomes for this. Russia had to give up power of the Baltic states to Germany, in which Germany meant to make them vassal states. Russia also ceded its province to Kars Oblast, one of the Transcaucasian oblasts of the Russian Empire. Russia also agreed to pay 6 billion German gold marks, German currency, in reparations to any damages done in the war. Russia also agreed Oh, and in the end, Allies thought that the treaty by Germany's part was too harsh on Russia. The treaty was terminated in 1918 when Germany surrendered to the Allied powers. This province would lead to the Bolsheviks already fighting Russian civil war. Russia reclaimed Poland, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Belarus, Ukraine, and Lithuania in the end.
Hello, my topic is the foreign aid to White Army. So who was the White Army? It was a loose confederation of anti-communist forces. They fought the Bolsheviks, also known as the Red Army, during the Civil War. They fought from November 1917 until 1921. They were supported by Allied forces, but sadly they were defeated by the Red Army due to their military disunity, as well as the determination and increasing of the Red Army. So, some of the Allied forces that helped the White Army were from countries such as Japan, the United Kingdom, France, Italy, and the United States. They were also aided from the Central Powers such as Germany and Austria-Hungary. They fought notable ending defensive actions against the Bolsheviks. So, the Allied intervention was a national military expedition during the Russian Civil War in 1918. It began after the October Revolution. They were supported by the White forces in Russia. Their main goal was to expand their force to stop the spread of communism. There was a lot of campaigns that helped the White Army, such as Royal Navy, American North Russia, Russian Expeditionary Force, the U.S. Army Railroad Companies, and the British North Russian Relief.